Welcome to the Leopard Farm channel, where we share the real, gritty stories of life out here in the heartland. Lately, our quiet community has been on edge due to an uptick in wild boar sightings. These invasive critters are threatening the crops we've spent months nurturing, just as harvest season kicks into gear. One wrong move from these boars could destroy our hard-earned yields overnight. Determined to safeguard our farms and our way of life, my neighbors and I banded together for a community-wide hunt to stop these pests in their tracks before they wreak havoc. As the first light of dawn broke over the horizon, we assembled at the base of the mountain, rifles ready and our trusty hunting dogs raring to go. We didn't waste a second, splitting into teams and fanning out across the terrain. Barely 10 minutes in, a sharp crack of gunfire rang through the valley. One of our crew had taken a shot. A quick radio call confirmed a boar had been spotted. Using GPS on our phones, we tracked its path in the brush. Then, out of nowhere, I saw a massive boar charging straight at me. Big mistake. I steadied my rifle, took aim, and with one clean shot, dropped the beast right where it stood. As we pressed deeper into the hunt, the dog's frenzied barking snapped our focus to a boar charging in the distance. I steadied my rifle, dialed in the scope, and pulled the trigger. The shot was clean, and the boar collapsed instantly, motionless in the dirt. We paused, catching our breath in the tense silence. 15 minutes later, the dogs erupted again, their howls echoing from the base of a gnarled tree, likely hot on a fresh trail. My pulse raced as I spotted movement, a second boar darting through the brush. I locked on fire and watched it drop with a thud right where it stood. Buoyed by the thrill of success, we climbed higher up the rugged mountain slope. In the distance, a dark, hulking shape caught my eye, a familiar silhouette against the fading light. The boar spotted us and bolted, but we were ready. A sharp crack split the air as my shot found its mark, felling the beast in its tracks. Down below, our team at the mountain's base cornered another boar lurking in the undergrowth. It burst from its hiding spot.
Don't forget to wear some cut-resistant clothing and pack a first aid.
Took a deep breath and squeezed off a shot. The first round grazed it, but he was quick to fire again, and this time, the boar went down for good. Barely 10 minutes after our last takedown, another boar lumbered into view. We froze, holding our shots to keep it calm, inching closer for the perfect angle. My buddy saw his chance, lined up his rifle, and fired a clean, precise shot that slammed into the boar's core. It crumpled to the ground in seconds, just kicking up around it. Our dogs, noses to the ground, didn't let us rest long. They picked up a fresh scent and tore off, leading us on a heart-pounding chase through thick brush. The boar, winded and cornered, finally faltered. I took the shot, and it dropped clean, sealing another hard-earned win. The danger wasn't over. A rogue herd of wild hogs had been wreaking havoc in a nearby neighborhood, tearing up yards and threatening folks' safety. A pro-hunting crew was called in to handle the mess. We set up at dawn on the mountain's crest, spreading out in a tight formation, eyes scanning the terrain. Suddenly, a pack of hogs burst into view, zigzagging to throw us off. I sprinted after them, heart racing, until a clear shot opened up. My bullet hit true, striking a vital spot, and one hog went down hard, stopping their chaotic charge in its tracks. Moments later, my eyes caught the glint of another boar crashing through the underbrush. I didn't hesitate. My rifle snapped up, and a single shot dropped it cold before it could bolt. For the next half hour, we tracked a massive, powerful hog barreling down the hillside. I closed the gap, heart thumping, and squeezed the trigger, landing a clean hit that sent it sprawling. Scanning further, I spotted another hog in the distance, barely visible through the trees.
Suddenly,
despite the range,
split.
I steadied my aim,
Sound.
pulse racing, and fired. The shot was true, and the hog stumbled, collapsing in heat. The hunt didn't let up. Rustling leaves betrayed another hog nearby, and I unleashed a quick burst of shots, making sure it had no chance to slip away. The hogs were everywhere, practically daring us to take them on. I lined up another careful shot and dropped one with surgical precision. By afternoon, our team was geared up for a fresh ambush. Our dogs flushed out a charging boar, its hooves pounding the dirt. We fired as one, our shots ringing out in perfect sync, and the beast hit the ground hard, another trophy claimed. As we swung around to the mountain's left flank, two boars came thundering down the slope, kicking up dirt. My teammate John and I snapped our rifles up, unloading a barrage of precise shots. One hog slipped away, vanishing into the brush, but the other crumpled under our combined firepower. Before we could catch our breath, another hog exploded from the thick canopy, charging hard. I zeroed in, heart pounding, and squeezed off a single flawless shot that dropped it in its tracks. On our trek back, we spotted two more hogs scrambling to escape. John, cool as ever, lined up his rifle and fired twice, clean and quick, sending one crashing to the ground in seconds. Through good, sharp aim and tight teamwork, we caught a dent in the wild boar menace, shielding our fields and our town from their destruction. This hunt wasn't just a chase, it was our stand to protect the life we've built against these relentless invaders. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. All scenes follow local laws and ethical hunting guidelines. But hold up. Right as we're set to rake in the bounty, trouble crashes the party. Wild boars, those pesky, unstoppable critters, are tearing through our fields, wrecking fruit and trampling crops like nobody's business. With our livelihoods on the line, we're rallying together, embarking on some heart-pounding, high-stakes hunts to save our harvest. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. Armed with years of know-how,
have almost
we
no
studied
predatory
the boar's
animals
trails,
living
moved
with it.
fast, setting up a rock-solid ambush. The ground shook with the thunder of hooves as the boars barreled right into our trap. My crew and I fired with pinpoint accuracy, dropping the intruders in their tracks. No time to pat ourselves on, though wave after wave of boars kept coming, massive, quick, and nimble as all get out. But no matter how fast they moved, they couldn't outrun the sharp crack of our rifles. Our orchard stretches across acres of rolling land, so we split into tight-knit teams, setting up strategic checkpoints to cover every inch. Taking down those wild boars was no walk in the park. Even with steady hands, a few shots went wide, letting some of the crafty crews slip through. Thank goodness for our trusty hunting dogs, who were worth their weight in gold, rooting out boars from thick brush and giving us clear shots. The action was heart-pounding, every moment charged with the raw thrill of the hunt we live for. Our ambush and surround strategy held strong, with the dogs' fierce barks coming through the air as I lined up my rifle, and dropped another boar with a single, clean shot. When the gunfire finally faded, an eerie calm settled over the orchard, but don't let that fool you. Danger was still lurking, and we stayed on high alert. Despite our best efforts, a few boars darted off into the undergrowth, leaving us kicking ourselves for the ones that got away. By noon, we wrapped up the morning hunt, rounded up our haul, and headed back home, ready to regroup and plan the next move. That afternoon, we moved our hunt to the sprawling cornfields next door. We let the hounds loose, their noses to the ground, tracking the boars with a relentless drive. Their barks rang out, sharp and wild, as I pushed through the dense rows of corn, the stalks scratching at my arms. My heart raced when I spotted a boar darting through the maze. I planted my feet, took aim, and fired, a clean shot that dropped it on the spot, a prize for the eager dogs. The hounds kept baying deeper in the field, so I followed the sound and caught a flash of another boar. I squeezed the trigger, and though it stumbled, it stayed upright. I closed the gap, fired again, and this time it hit the dirt for good. Chasing these beasts wore us out, but man, the rush of nailing the shot was worth every second. As a farmer and a hunter, I'm all about protecting my land with grit and strategy. Those wild boars tearing up my corn. No use crying over it. I hunt to keep their numbers in check and my crops safe. After scoping out the field, I spotted a boar ambling along. Clueless, it was in my crosshairs. It was a tricky long-range shot, but I steadied the rifle and let it rip. The crack of the gunshot echoed across the field, and the bullet hit hard, sending the boar tumbling down a slope. It thrashed, trying to get up, so I lined up one last shot to finish the job, making sure it wouldn't cause any more trouble.